You're watching KRQE News 13 on Fox, New Mexico.
It is a new year, which means it's time for some new activities. And if your New Year's resolution includes being more active, then don't sit out the winter indoors. Sit out the winter indoors. Head outside. That's going to be now for the month of January, which is Learn to Ski and Snowboard Month, and enjoy our local treasures. Now, before you hit the slopes, we're going to learn the story of how skiing got started with celebrity historian Mr. Raffi Andonian, a sick skier right there, according to the script. Raffi.
Hey, you know, with the Media Weekend Ski Challenge coming up, I thought I'd bring you here the Ski Santa Fe, you know, local ski mountains. I know it's a big deal for the media. Now, personally, I like Taos the most, so I put my I Love Taos over here.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of great local mountains in New Mexico, of course. And
absolutely.
Taos was how I first came to New Mexico.
There you go. And you knew that I'm a Santa Fe boy, so that works out for me perfectly there. Raffi, we love our slopes here in New Mexico. Yeah. How did it all get started?
Well, in New Mexico in particular, the earliest slopes were in the Sandia Mountains.
Okay.
And then what happened from there is you have, of course, different things that are taking place in different parts of the state. So, for example, up in Los Alamos with the boys' ranch school that was there in the 19-teens to the 1930s into the 1940s, you had skiing happening there as well, taking place not only for pragmatic reasons, for some of the chores they did, but also for recreational purposes, which today serves as part of the foundation for Pajarito Ski Area, which is right there. So the ranch school history ties there real well. How about the scientists in Los Alamos? You have Niels Bohr, of course, a Nobel Prize-winning scientist that was part of the Manhattan Project. He was from Denmark. Of course, in Scandinavia, one of the Scandinavian countries, he was an expert skier who liked to ski up there as well. And of course, we have Taos that we were just talking about, and Ski Santa Fe. Ski Santa Fe is one of the earliest ones, and Taos being the one that kind of put New Mexico, I think, on a world kind of map in terms of skiing as destination resorts. Now, speaking of destination resorts, the first one that's in the United States, when we step outside of New Mexico, is actually in Sun Valley, Idaho. And,
really?
And that was the first time, we're talking in the 1930s, that you had a ski resort become a destination. And here's how we did it. For example, one of the things they did was put luxury accommodations, put dining, ice skating, even swimming as activities for the whole family to have fun, and even invited celebrities to do celebrity-type, you know, exposure, kind of like we do today on Instagram. You know, like an influencer will show up to a place to help influence it, but in 1930s version with the media at the time, including Walt Disney and others, including the movie industry. And that showed that this is a place that is acceptable for luxury resorts and retreats to come to, and that made it a destination. Now, one other key part of that was technology, because they were the first ones to use the chairlift.
There you go.
And that was invented by a guy, believe it or not, in Nebraska, who, you know, never had skied before, from a flatland state, and looked at bananas on a conveyor belt in Central America and thought, why don't we do that to people as bananas hanging up in the air, going taking around?
In the strangest and craziest of places.
That's one of the things that popularized skiing in America, because now you have casual skiers that are able to access skiing instead of just expert skiers, because chairlifts make it so much easier to move up the mountain and to go across terrain that you may not otherwise be able to go across.
And even enjoy those during the summer months. Sometimes they have them running, and you can check out the foliage up there. But Raffi, where can we find more information?
Well, I would go to various places. Of course, you can go to skinewmexico.org, which is a really cool place to go locally to see very many mountains, right? Another thing you can do, of course, you can check out me if you like, celebrityhistorian.com, because I am a sick skier, like you said. That's another thing that you can do. And then you can check out any of the resort sites that we talked about for more information on those places, especially the local ones.
Perfect. All right. We'll be right back.